The deep state strikes back. The husband of an anti-NWO Italian MEP was found dead in a car with a zip tie around his neck. There's so much more to the story that we have to unpack here. My name's Elijah Schaefer, and you're watching Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. Vigilant News Network reports that Italian MEP Francesca Donato revealed this week that her husband, Angelo Onorato, was found dead in her vehicle, or his vehicle, with something tightly wrapped around his neck, maybe even an electric collar, signaling a murder. Now, according to Euronews, Donato and her daughter found Angelo's body in his car, with both women claiming that he was killed, though the people in the media are trying to say this is clearly a suicide, just like we saw with the whistleblowers in the Boeing cases. Too many people like Epstein are suicided. Now, why would her husband be targeted? Well, I want to share with you a video of her speaking out against the actual COVID vaccines. It's one of the reasons. Check out this speech from hers directly.
Adverse effects to the COVID vaccines have been reported and recorded worldwide, largely than ever expected, despite just a passive surveillance system having been implemented, which suggests that there are in fact many more adverse effects than the official data show, and with rates of serious harms and deaths never previously recorded for any vaccine. People hit by serious damage have been demanding justice for 2 years now. We think that definitely they deserve it, and we are working to ensure that they got it. However, the financial burden of what it will take, at least financially repay their suffering, cannot be placed on the states and thus on taxpayers' pockets. We are just as determined to fight for the compensation of the aggrieved vaccinated people as we have been in exposing discrimination against the unvaccinated.
And that's the problem. When you're a leader in Europe and you start speaking out against discrimination, not against white people, but against the unvaccinated, well, you obviously get on somebody's hit list. Now, she's been one of the few European politicians to speak out against Big Pharma, the vaccines, and the war in Ukraine. Now, she went on interview to discuss more about this. I'm going to play the video for you. It's quite interesting. Here she is after her husband was found dead, claiming they killed my husband. But who is they? Listen.
They didn't explain anything. They didn't even reply to my questions. And this is really, dreadful, because I'm a member of the European Parliament. I'm not a common citizen. And I used my Facebook account for my information, for my communication to Italian and European people. And this is a very big damage for the whole democratic system of Europe. I voted against because first, I didn't absolutely agree with the use of funds, European funds for humanitarian aids, to buy weapons, lethal weapons, and to support Ukraine against Russia. And that's the first reason why I voted against the resolution. And the second one is that the economic commercial sanctions against Russia, in my opinion, are not a good tool. They are totally useless to reach the goal that the EU wants to achieve. So all this political line is...
Okay, so there you have it. She literally hit the holy grail of the New World Order, speaking out against funding Ukraine's endless battle with Russia, and then speaking out against vaccines, trying to get accountability for the European people. She was a target. Now, the death is highly suspicious because they said, look, this is not a suicide. Somebody clearly was involved in foul play. Now, taking out and murdering a senator, taking out and murdering an MEP or an MP around the world would obviously cause more headlines. But killing their family members, like John Wick, right, which is a movie, but killing the dog, well, now you're killing people within the immediate realm, which is absolutely dreadful. And we're going to talk about this. Guys, I just want to let you know that the world is absolutely on the brink of disaster. And that's why, besides having guns and body armor and all of those things, people forget to make sure they have emergency food kits ready. There's also been tornadoes in northern Texas when I was living there, power outages. You know, weather events are continually extreme. Make sure that you check out My Patriot Supply's 1 week emergency food kits. They last 25 years because they're stored in a rugged ammo can, so you can forget about them for decades. Plus, they're priced under $50 this week only when you get the 1 week meal kits. They have 2,000 calories, so you're full every meal, and they have food variety. Go to preparewithvnn.com, PREPARE, WITH, VNN.com. That's preparewithvnn.com. And when you go there, get the 1 week emergency food kits priced under $50. Don't wait until it's too late. Make sure you have emergency food prepared for yourself, your family, and those that you love. You're not going to want to be hungry when the world turns to crap. Going back into this, we can see why they targeted her, though, with all of these things said and done. And it is scary when you think about this because, you know, nobody is safe. I'd love to know your thoughts below on what you think about this story. Do you think her husband was killed, or do you think that maybe he was suicided? AKA, look, we all know he was killed. I'd love to know your thoughts below. Don't forget to grab the link, share this with those that are around you. Make sure you let them know to keep their family safe, keep an eye out. And as always, I'm Elijah Schaefer. This has been Beyond the Headlines on Vigilant News. May God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.